G'day cocktail lovers, I hope you've been keeping well and I hope you're ready for another cocktail. It's one of those official days for a cocktail days and it is Hot Toddy Day. Now I don't want to act like a victim or anything, but when I see these things on these calendars, the day of blah 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 blah, all the really summery drinks have their day in the northern hemisphere summer. And things like the Hot Toddy that are for cold weather are in the northern hemisphere winter, so they're in the middle of my summer. So, you know, it doesn't always feel right from a local perspective. But if that's the worst injustice I face, you know, I'm doing fairly well. So I shall just soldier on. I mean, yeah, after all, most people are in the northern hemisphere, quite honestly. So that somewhat makes sense. But yes, and all the thousands of National Day of that have been declared, and there are some truly weird ones. What's the date? It's Monday the... Sorry, that was really unprofessional. Monday the 11th. I'm not shooting this on the Monday, by the way. Monday the 11th of January is Hot Toddy Day. Now, a basic Hot Toddy is like a whiskey, sugar or honey, lemon, and hot water. It's that simple, but it gives you lots of room to play with the ingredients. And I looked at quite a few hot toddy recipes online, and I came up with one that I'm going to try. It's a lot boozier than most hot toddies, so you know, fairly warned be ye. But I'm going to go with it first. And yes, it is going to be a whiskey base. And again, Scotch is very commonly listed as the primary one. I'm actually going to use a local whiskey. And by local, I've mentioned this before, the Starwood Distillery is like 2 suburbs down the road from me. I still haven't visited there though. I have to go there and do a tasting one day. But this is basically their entry-level whiskey. It's called Twofold. It is, they call it double grain because, what is it? It is wheat and malted barley base. And it is a really nice, easy to drink whiskey. So as I said, it's going to be a whiskey base. So I'm going to put in 2 ounces of whiskey. Now, a hot toddy is traditionally put in a glass with a handle. So it looks like a mug, but it's glass. And that's what mostly I see people using. And I thought I didn't have anything like this, but down the back of the cupboard, I found this. It's actually a promotional Jim Beam tankard, which is probably too big, but I'll make do with this. So first up, 2 ounces of our whiskey going in. Now I didn't put any Scotch in, but I do have a Scotch whiskey liqueur, the Isle of Skye liqueur Drambuie. I think most people are familiar with this. It's an aged Scotch whiskey, heather, honey, herbs and spices liqueur. And so yes, again, people often put spices, you know, cinnamon, cloves, you know, maybe even star anise in their hot toddy. I'm not doing that, but I'm getting a very herbal element from the Drambuie. So I'm going to put 1 ounce, 30 mils of Drambuie. Oops. And adding that to our glass. Now, for fun, rather than putting lemon juice in, I thought I'd put some limoncello in. This is limoncello from South Australia, made by the people who make the Okar gins that I use from time to time. Oh, I mean, I like limoncello generally, but this is the best one I've ever had. The smell is just incredible. It's just honey and lemon notes. It's a really nice drink, and so I am going to put in, it's comparatively low alcohol as well, a limoncello liqueur. I'm going to put 1 ounce, let's see, put that down, pick my tankard up. I'm going to put 1 ounce of limoncello in. All I need to do now is add hot water. So I'm going to top that up, I think to about there. I didn't put any lemon juice in, but I think some lemon peel might be a nice touch. So I'm going to get myself a strip or 2 of lemon peel. I spritz the oils over the top, wipe it around the glass, and I'm just going to drop it in. There's a couple of lemon peels in there now. Oh, and this is my hot toddy. Not sponsored by Jim Beam, because there's no Jim Beam in it, just the glassware I had. Ooh. Oh, the first thing that hits is obviously the lemon, because I spritz the lemon on it, but some quite interesting aromas coming off. Oh, it's still a bit hot. I need to let it chill. Just that initial sip, some great flavors. So with the magic of editing, because this water is actually, it's too hot to drink, I'm gonna pause, come back in about 10 minutes, well, maybe not that long, but give it a couple minutes to cool down so I can have a proper taste. Okay, time has passed and it's cooled down enough, still quite warm, but it's cooled down enough for me to have a proper draft. Let's see if I've made a good hot toddy. Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. And you can adapt this to your taste. If you have a particular sweet tooth, this is not overly sweet. You could put some sugar syrup in it, or sugar in it as well, if you want it sweet. Well, an idea for a little tweak, because as I said, it's quite common to put herbs and spices in a hot toddy. I do have this pimento dram, also known as allspice dram. The basis is the allspice berry, so called because it tastes like all spices. It's very versatile. I think just a splash of this. I'm not going to be very... Just that. That's probably a quarter of a shot that I just put in. Somewhere between 5 and 10 mils anyway, just a little splash. Just stir it. Just have this feeling that might be a plus. Ooh, it's actually given it a slightly medicinal taste. I don't know that it needed that. If you like those flavors though, it has actually given it more flavor. It's good, I like it. It is slightly medicinal. There's no getting around it. No, I am actually going to go on record. I'm going to make this an official part of my ingredients of my hot toddy. But yeah, maybe I might be more careful if I made it again, and like just put a bar spoon, like about 5 mils of the allspice dram in. And honestly, I'm a fan. Like I said, I do have a bit of a sweet tooth. I don't think this needs some sugar in it because there's sugar in the various liqueurs. I don't think sugar would kill it either. So it's going to depend if you have a sweet tooth or not. Some people might find this too sweet. If you do, I'd suggest probably putting some actual lemon juice in it, the tartness to distract from the sweetness. But yeah, I mean, if I was feeling either unwell or very cold and needed to be comforted, you could do a lot worse than a hot toddy. And yes, mine is boozier than most, and I don't step back from that at all. I endorse the boozier version of the hot toddy. I'm enjoying it. I'm going to finish it now. I hope wherever you are, you're taking care. Yeah, if you need a comfort drink, hot toddy. But yes, if this is your first time seeing one of my videos, it would be great if you subscribed to the channel. Join me for the journey in the cocktail world. I hope to see you again soon. If you have your own version of a hot toddy, your own favourite elements to put in, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Either way, I hope to see you again soon. I hope you stay well. I hope you look after yourself and look after the people around you. I want to see you again soon. Until then, cheers.